All right, let's talk about a skill that honestly is becoming essential in our world: prompt engineering. Now, that might sound super technical, but I promise you, at its core, it's really about learning how to think and how to communicate with a whole new level of clarity. So, how do we go from getting junk back from an AI to getting exactly what we need? Let's dive in. You've totally been there, right? You ask an AI a question, you're hoping for this amazing, insightful answer, and what you get back is, well, it's just generic or kind of unhelpful or sometimes flat out wrong. It's so frustrating. But here's the thing: most of the time, it's not actually the AI's fault. It's a breakdown in communication. And this slide just nails the problem perfectly. You ask something super vague, like, tell me about climate change, and you get back an answer that sounds like the first sentence of a Wikipedia page. I mean, it's technically correct, sure, but is it useful to you? Probably not. The quality of the answer you get is always tied directly to the quality of the question you ask. So, here's how we're going to tackle this. This is our roadmap. First, and most importantly, we're going to start with an ethics first foundation: responsibility before results, always. Then we'll get into how prompting is really just a form of structured thinking. After that, we'll break down the four pillars of precision, the secret sauce to a great prompt. Then we'll cover the art of refinement, and finally, we'll see how this all connects to a whole new way of thinking. Okay, so before we write a single word, we have to talk about the serious stuff, the consequences. This isn't just about getting cool answers from a computer. It's about being a responsible user of some seriously powerful technology. We have to remember that our words have real weight, even when we're just typing them into a machine. And look, this isn't some niche concern. A recent survey found that a whopping 98% of people believe we need more education on how to use AI ethically. 98%. That's pretty much everyone. So what does that actually mean for you? Well, think of it like a quick mental checklist. First, check for bias. Is the answer you got fair, or is it making some weird assumptions? Second, privacy. And this is a big one. Never put personal or sensitive information into a prompt, ever. Third, intellectual property. Give credit where credit is due. And finally, accountability. You are still the one in charge. The final call, the judgment, that's always on you. So, once we have that responsible mindset locked in, we can start to see prompting for what it really is. It's not just typing questions. It's the skill of taking a fuzzy idea that's floating around in your head and turning it into a super precise, structured instruction that a machine can actually understand and act on. And here's the bottom line: prompt engineering is a communication skill. That's it. It's about designing clear inputs to get the exact outputs you're looking for. Every single prompt you write is a decision that steers the AI and literally shapes the information it gives you back. And boom, here it is. This is that aha moment. Look at the difference here. On the left, that vague, almost useless question. But on the right, that prompt is a work of art. It's specific, it's actionable. It gives the AI a clear job to do. That's the whole game, right there. Okay, so how do we get there consistently? How do we write prompts like that every time? Well, it's not magic. There's actually a framework. Think of every great prompt as being built on four key pillars. If you master these, you'll get great results. Here they are. Pillar one is context. What does the AI need to know? Like, act as a marketing manager. Pillar two is the task. What do you want it to do? Write 3 slogans. Pillar 3, constraints. What are the rules? Make them witty and under 10 words. And finally, pillar 4, format. How do you want the answer? Put it in a bulleted list. You see? It builds a complete, crystal clear instruction. But here's a little secret from people who do this all the time. Even with those 4 pillars, your first try might not be perfect. And you know what? That's totally fine. Because the best prompting isn't a one-and-done command. It's more like a conversation. Yeah, this quote just says it all. You're not ordering the AI around, you're collaborating with it. You give it some direction, see what it comes up with, and then you guide it and refine its work with better feedback and smarter prompts. It's a back and forth. So, the first move in this conversation is crucial. When you get that first answer back, don't just copy and paste it. Stop. Put on your editor hat for a second and really critically look at what the AI gave you. And here's a quick checklist for that. Ask yourself, is this actually true? Can I verify this? Is this even relevant to what I asked? Did any weird biases sneak in there? And a big one, does this sound human or does it sound like a generic robot wrote it? Okay, once you've sized up that first attempt,
Now you get to the really powerful part of the conversation. You refine your prompt. You take what you learned from the AI's first try, and you make your next instruction even better, even more specific.
This is a perfect example of that refinement in action. Draft a marketing campaign is way too big. You'll get mush. But after getting that mush back, you refine it. You add clear constraints, 3 slogans, under 10 words. You clarify the context and the task. Witty slogans for an eco-friendly coffee brand for millennials. Now you're using those pillars to steer the conversation toward a much, much better result. So, when you pull all this together, what have we really learned? It's so much more than just a party track for talking to a computer. Learning to prompt well is really about sharpening a timeless skill, the ability to think with structure and communicate with purpose for this brand new era. So, if there's one big idea to take away from all this, it's this. Learning to talk to AI isn't really about the AI at all. It's about us. It forces us to be more precise in our thinking, to be more responsible in our actions, and to communicate our ideas with absolute clarity. At the end of the day, the AI is just a tool. A ridiculously powerful one, yeah, but still just a tool. It can give us a nearly infinite number of answers, but the quality of those answers, the ethics behind them, the impact they have, that will always come down to the quality of the questions we decide to ask. So the real question is, what will you ask?